So, hey guys, Cutterup Rob here. So I wanted to do this video. Had, I guess you would say, some miscommunication with a couple different actually shops, not just regular customers. So I thought I would make this video to help maybe everybody, people coming in, shops coming in with maybe terminology and what guys want done, what they don't want done. So I'll give you this scenario. So we had a shop bring in a cylinder head. And this is the view. Like, I got the camera sitting behind the counter. As customer walk in the door, you'd be basically like the customer staring at me. So they phoned me. And this is a shop, an automotive repair shop. And they phoned and said that they would like to bring a head in for us to check over. And I said, okay, what do you want us to do to it? And he said, well, we don't want to spend a lot of money on it, so, what do you think we should do? And I said, well, like a basic service is a wash and surface. So basically we put it into our jet wash and we put it on the surfacer and we surface it. So he said, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I said, okay, no problem. Bring the head down. So they brought the head down to us and they dropped it off. And there again, I asked again, what do you want us to do? And he said, well, I'd like, and now this wasn't the same guy I was talking to, a different guy dropped it off. He said, I'd like you to wash it and surface it. Okay, no problem. So pull it out. They brought it in a box, no big deal. So open the box up and, well, the camshafts. Now this is a double overhead cam inline 6 engine with hydraulic lifters. So, okay, fine, no big deal. So I called the customer and said, hey, I can't put it in the parts washer with the camshafts and the lifters in there. I have to disassemble that stuff. So there's going to be an extra charge for that. He said, okay, go ahead, tear it all apart and, and go ahead and do what you're going to do. Okay, no problem. So get it all tore apart. We're tearing it apart and we find, oh, well, there's 2 broken exhaust manifold bolts. So, all right. So we call the customer, say, hey, you want us to pull these bolts out or are you guys going to do it? They said, no, can you please go ahead and pull them out? So, okay, perfect. Pull them out. And all throughout that, I'm thinking, oh, you probably should maybe check the head over, but I'm thinking, oh, maybe just blowing a head gasket. We don't get that information. So we go ahead, get it all done. Customer comes pick it up, pays for it. They put it all back on, and the valves were leaking. Well, I guess apparently to start with, the reason that they tore it apart was not because it blew a head gasket, it was because the valves were leaking. So I guess a miscommunication between maybe the service writer and the mechanic or whatever it was. When you're dropping stuff off, really you need to tell, you're telling your machinist, and okay, so take in consideration, I'm a machinist and a mechanic. So I've been doing mechanics for, 20 years, and I'm licensed. And the machinist side of things I've been doing for 10 plus years, assembling engines for like that 20 years. So I'm not new to the game. I'm not new to the language, I guess you would say. So when you guys are bringing stuff in, you really need to understand what you're asking the shop to do. So and if you've watched my introduction video, or I shouldn't say my introduction video, my shop tour video, I showed the equipment that we use. So, when you're washing stuff, you have to have brackets, bolts, all that stuff has to be pulled out. Studs, lots of times you can leave those. If they have to pull a couple, that's, they do it. So if you want stuff washed and surfaced, okay, that's perfect. You wash and surface it. But if you're having problems with it running or stuff like that, you have to communicate with your machinist so that he knows, because otherwise he doesn't know what you want done. He only knows, hey, this guy brought this head in, he wants it washed, he wants it surfaced. Okay, we'll get it done, get it back to him as fast as we can. Get the guy back on the road, get the shop, the mechanic working or whatever it may be. And that's one thing that we pride ourselves on, is getting stuff done as fast as we can, so that, shops can get stuff in and out, customers can get their vehicles back, that type of stuff. And some jobs you can't rush. It is what it is. But, like, you have to know. So if you go into a shop and say, hey, I got this cylinder head off my car. I don't care if you're, the mechanic, you're the shop owner, you're a service writer, you're just a regular backyard guy. Bring the head in, have the information for your machine shop. Have the make and model year of the car. Have why you pull the cylinder head off. So that way, when he says, "Oh, what should we do to it?" then the machinist can say, "Oh, okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll wash it, we'll pressure test it, we'll vac test valves to make sure that stuff is sealed, and and make sure surfaces are good and there's cracks and that type of stuff." But if you don't relay that, you can't. The machinist doesn't know. That's one of those things where a lot of people are like, well, you bring it in there to have it pressure test and surfaced. Let's say wash, pressure test, and surface. Okay, that's kind of above a basic service in my eyes. But a lot of people, so in where we are, and it's different everywhere. But so for us, a wash in the jet wash is $45. Pressure test, depending on the cylinder head, but most of the time you're between $80 and $95. You get into bigger diesel stuff and then it costs more because it takes longer to set up. And then to surface it, you're $85 to $150 there again, depending on the head. And you get lots of people that, oh, well, I don't want to pressure test it. Well, pressure testing involves you pressure test the head to make sure there's no cracks in it. We also magnaflux if it's cast iron. And then we also vac check the valves. But that is part of the pressure test pressure test service at our shop. So we don't vac test and pressure test unless we're asked to, because there is a charge for it. So if you bring a head for your car, and you say, oh, well, I want you to wash and surface it, or I want you to, if you say, hey, you want us to check it over, that's completely different than saying, yeah, okay, I just want it washed and surfaced. So you just want to relay it. The best thing to do, especially if you don't know. And I know I've dealt with lots of mechanics, there again, being a mechanic myself, and sometimes the mechanic doesn't even know what he wants. So, and especially if you're talking to a service writer, sometimes the service writer doesn't even know the reason maybe that the vehicle was tore apart. So, when you're bringing that stuff, whether you're the delivery driver or anything, make sure you have that information for the machine shop. Because if you don't, then you run into problems like these guys put this head all back together, put it back on the vehicle, it's doing the same thing. Well, nobody asked us to do that part of the job. And you're talking, it's another $100. Well, if we do it, let's say I say to the guys, yeah, okay, just go ahead and do it, because that's what they're going to want. Well, then they come back and say, oh, well, we didn't authorize you to do that. Well, then now I have to pay somebody an hour, or myself, an hour for doing the job, but I don't make any money. Well, it's one of those things where you get into it and it's, well, I'm in the business to make money. So, when everybody's in business to make money, you're not in business to lose money. So you do the job that you're asked to do, but you're not spending an hour on something when you're not getting paid, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to come off like I'm being greedy. I just want it, so everybody's on the same page. If you don't know what you want done, you're going into a shop, and maybe you do have an idea, ask the machine shop, like the guy that's at the counter, or when you're dropping it off, say, hey, I was having a misfire problem. What should I do? And at that point, then they say, okay, well, let's vac test the valves, or let's pull the valves out and check everything, see what we got. Because at that point, yeah, okay, you might have to spend a little bit more money, to re valves, because then you're doing valve seals, or, vac testing valves. Yeah, and vac testing valves doesn't always fix the problem, because that only tells you whether the valves are sealed at that given time. So if you have a valve that's tuliped, lots of times it'll seal when it's sitting on the bench. And unless you can physically see that it's tuliped, if it's not tuliped really bad, you'll actually get vacuum on it, But as soon as it gets warm, now it won't hold compression at that point. It would hold vacuum, but it won't hold compression. Well, now you got no compression, so you're into the same boat. So if you're having misfire codes, or you're having coolant going into the oil, or that type of stuff, relay that information, because that way you can everybody understands what's going on. And even if you don't know, what could be, any machine shop that you go to that has any idea what they're doing, which obviously if they're a machine shop, they should know what they're doing. Just make sure that, they know why you're bringing it, because otherwise, it's one of those things, especially when, the shop is busy and they're trying to get stuff in and out. You're bringing the stuff in and you're doing the service. It says on the work order, wash and surface. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get a wash and surface. So, if you want them to, completely tear it apart, check everything, okay, perfect. Tell them that. Don't assume that if they say, oh, well, we'll do a basic service on it. A basic service may not be the same thing at every shop. A basic service for me is not the same for, the guys down the street. There's a few shops in our town, here in town, but the basic service to them isn't the same thing to me. So, especially if you're going to more than one place, which I don't recommend either, because you don't get real good customer service usually when you're jumping from place to place. But anyways, you just want to make sure that you put the information that you have, or the mechanic has told you. Get the mechanic to write it down. Get the mechanic to call the machine shop, whoever it may be, so that you know what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on. So I guess that was a rant for the day. Anyways, I'm just going to stick this in the vlog. I just wanted, I can point maybe some people towards it, or if I can help one person to not put their vehicle back together because something didn't get checked or whatever it may be, it was worth making the video. So anyways, have a good one, guys. Be posting some more stuff. I did do another video today. I'll be posting that hopefully tonight with this one. And I'm going to be doing some stuff on the race truck motor, because we've got all the stuff to put the race truck motor back together. So I'm going to start assembling that, get that motor all together, and then hopefully have some more parts for the Hellcat engine, hopefully in the next month or so. So I can I'm actually decided I'm going to tear that motor completely apart. I want to see inside, for one, because I've never seen inside one. And then I just want to check everything over. And I was, talking with my dad about it, and I thought, you know what? I'm just, for the price what it's going to cost me to tear it apart, I'm just going to tear it apart. I'm going to put a camshaft and lifters in it, and upgrade a few things. But anyways, you guys will see that in the video. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.